All right, a very, very good evening and welcome to yet another episode of Revved Up. This week's episode is in Kigali as we show you various things. One of those is probably one of the most luxurious cars you will ever see. Plus, as always, on Revved Up, we get very, very safe by giving you those safety tips, take you to the future, and of course, continue with all the interactions that are coming in between us and you guys as we all continue enjoying the motoring experience. My name is Andrew Kabuura. Welcome aboard.
On this edition of Revved Up, Car Care, brought to you by Toyota Uganda.
Now this week, we received an email and everyone is pretty much asking why they must spend money every 5,000 kilometers on what we call periodic maintenance. As always, Futsum, who of course is the head of training here at Toyota Uganda, joins me. Every 5,000 kilometers, Futsum, I have to spend money. Why?
Okay, start with, you're not spending a lot of money when you compare that with the benefits that you're getting.
Yes.
Why? Because number one is safety. You want to be safe. You and your family are driving this beautiful car, so you must make sure that you are safe. Two, you can avoid repairs that would cost you a lot of money if you have not arrested them before they cause
By
more
simple
damage.
maintenance.
By simple maintenance, you can reduce your maintenance costs or repair costs. Number three, you will have peace of mind. You're driving from here to the village or very far distances, and now you know that a qualified technician has checked your vehicle, or versus you've not checked your vehicle and you're
not
just
sure.
traveling. You're not sure. The other thing is the life service of your vehicle will be extended if you do the services. So the service actually is more important than just buying the vehicle. You can buy the vehicle, but if you don't service it,
You need to maintain the vehicle.
Exactly, you need to
vehicle.
maintain the vehicle.
That brings me pretty much to my other question, and this was not sent in an email, but it's a question I've always wanted to ask in line with this. Then what is Service A? What does Service A, contain? What does it entail, and why is it so important as well?
Good. Service A actually is the minor service. Then we have another bigger service, which is called Service B. What is done in Service A is the minor checks, but of course safety checks as well. For example, in Service A you would change engine oil and filter. Obviously you want to have an engine that is performing very well.
Yes.
You want to check your brakes, right? Make sure that the brakes are not finished and your life is not in danger.
Yeah.
Driving a car is very easy, but stopping can be a problem.
Can be a problem.
Okay? It's better you don't have power than you don't have brakes. Okay? Some other checks as well, like all fluid checks of the vehicle, steering connections, all those safety items.
All right, Futsum, thank you very, very much.
You're
We
welcome.
hope those answers have been given to you folks. Service A and of course periodic maintenance. Make sure you watch out for that. Like he says, there are parts in your car that need maintenance. There are parts in your car that need lubrication. There are parts in your car that need replacement. Come to Toyota Uganda and make sure all that is sorted for your safety on those roads. Or better still, in case you have any other questions, send us those questions at t2t@toyota.co.ug. The subject should be revved up. And hey, let's sort out your car. Let's also get you enjoying your vehicle.
accurately described as a luxury yacht on wheels, the Vision 6 Maybach Cabriolet, designed by Mercedes, is an epic vehicle that references both the past and the future. Less than a week ago, it made its debut in California at the famous Monterey Car Week and stunned the world with its elegance and decadence. Mercedes insists this car is all about aerodynamics, with its extremely long bonnet and multitude of lines that stretch all the way to the rear. The enormous grille is meant to evoke a pinstripe suit, presumably because that's the sort who'll be able to afford to drive it. Like many other brands, Mercedes' car of the future is completely electric, But it has a powerful little twist under its hood. The engine is surprisingly robust, with 750 base horsepower that allows it to reach 0 to 100 kilometers in less than 4 seconds. And it has an impressive range of over 500 kilometers. Additionally, a charge of just 5 minutes can give this vehicle enough juice to cover 100 kilometers, which gives it the leg up on other electric cars. Stepping into the Maybach 6 is like stepping into a sci-fi film with its pure white leather seats and blue fiber optics. The floor is made of open-pore wood with aluminium pinstripes running through it. The interior trim flows into the digital display at the front of the vehicle, but that is not the only high-tech feature. The seat leather monitors the vital signs of the person who is sitting in them and adjusts the temperature to suit their needs. It is also capable of beginning a massage when it senses that the inhabitant is stressed or in tension. Each car brand has their own vision of the future, and some of them have been quite outrageous. But the Mercedes Vision 6 Maybach Cabriolet has successfully intertwined some of the past into their vehicle, making it vintage and futuristic at the same time. BMW have always been notable for their reliable, neat cars, which have the rare ability to be surprisingly faultless. The German manufacturers have perfected their craft of producing efficient, smooth-running vehicles, and the BMW 750Li is no exception. This 5-door sedan has the sleek, rectangular body shape that is common amongst its brand, but it has a powerful surprise under its bonnet. A 4.4-litre V8 engine that churns out 445 horsepower and can reach 0 to 100 in a mere 4.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, and for a sedan, that is not always easy to find.
All right, so let's talk about the front. Ordinarily, most of the car lovers will describe this as those parts on a car that are just meant to make a statement. But with the technology that has improved over the years, things have changed. So let's really focus on this one. First of all, if you look at the 750Li, it has an all-new vertical kidney grille. Now, the vertical kidney grille is part of the new face of BMW 7 Series, which comes out with a completely different look. But this one has two different uses. One of those is that it provides an integrated porthole for the night vision camera, which is right here. But the second importance is everything to do with the aerodynamics. It opens and closes, and we've discussed the aerodynamics. That has lots to do with how your engine will run and your fuel efficiency at the end of the day. But when all that is said and done, it's quite a very powerful statement from BMW when it comes down to the front of the car. So, not just a pretty face.
The interior of the BMW has business-class elegance with its brown, wide leather seats and spacious design. The features of this sedan are jaw-dropping. 10-inch entertainment screens for the passengers and a 7-inch touchscreen tablet for the driver to control entertainment, multiple climate, seating, and navigation. Other luxury amenities include Wi-Fi hotspots, charging ports, a panoramic LED sunroof, remote control parking, and a 16-speaker sound system.
Now, with BMW, the 7 Series is the top notch, and it's only coming in sedans. And when I say top notch, really, I'm talking about technology on the inside and the outlook. For example, BMW do say the latest technology And the best, or you could say latest, exterior themes actually do start with the 7 Series before they trickle down to all the other versions of theirs, which pretty much explains why this is one of the most luxurious sedans out there. We are talking about over $100,000 in there. That is the kind of money you've got to spend. And this car, if it comes down to performance, something which of course we shall be getting deeper and deeper into, we're talking about a sedan that actually can hit 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 4.8 seconds. Let me quickly call you in on the first part of this review. Now, when you get inside this car, first thing you see is luxury. First thing you see is luxury. Whether it's the finishing from the seats, whether it's the finishing from your console. But the other thing that really gets your attention is this little screen here, which pretty much controls everything inside the car. Now, on this little screen, which is touch, you have media and radio, you have communication, you have your navigation, you have your connected drive, to details about your vehicle and notifications. Here is the interesting part. It is touchscreen, so you can sort everything out with your hand. But you also have got this little dial here, which pretty much helps you sort whatever is happening on that screen. What is interesting, it has 3D sensors in there. So if you're playing music and you want to up or lower your volume, you actually might decide not to touch it or use the dial. You just decide to do that. That's it. And do that to reduce your volume. That's pretty cool, huh? Now, that aside, you come down here and you have your Steptronic transmission selector lever. Quite special. It's one of those that have been introduced by BMW, and you won't see it in so many other cars, whether it's from the design to its functionality as well. But right next to it is what explains why this car is beautiful on and off the road, because you can have it in different modes. You have Sport, and by the way, with Sport means that at your highest speeds on those highways, the car actually goes lower by 10 millimeters. So with aerodynamics and performance, it means that the body is a little bit tighter and the car can actually accommodate whatever speed you can go for. You have comfort, you have Eco Pro, you have adaptive. So you're talking about a car that is not just luxurious on the inside, but also can perform when you're in or actually out of town. And of course, all that, you're looking at your aluminum and wooden ornaments for a fine finishing. You're looking at leather seats on the inside. And can I be honest with you? I have had an opportunity of sitting in the passenger seat, this one, and sat in this one. And I'm still finding it hard to pick on which one I probably should be sitting in, because the car is so intelligent that at some point during your drive, you might not need a driver. But hey, we have passengers on the behind. Let's take a look at what exactly it looks like if you're one of the two folks sitting behind. All right, so we've seen the front. Now, when you take the back seat in the BMW 750 Li, the first thing you realize will be a lot of space. But we've talked about how luxurious the car is actually on the inside. Now, with that luxury means you actually have a brilliant mobile office at your own hand. So if you decide to make this car your mobile office, then you have a decision to make the moment you've gotten into the car. Either you want light or you want shade. Now, if you want shade, first things first, have your blinds up. And the blinds go up just by a button. So there you go. So we've got the shade on the inside. Now, most folks will say you can fit 3 people behind, you can fit 5 people behind. But you see, this very BMW is very clear. If you're going to be comfortable, you should be behind. Why? Because you might have enough space here, but the thick and quite high armrest means it's pretty comfortable for 2 people. We talked about this being a mobile office. You've got a tablet here, meaning you can pretty much do everything you want with this tablet. Let me get it out. For whatever you wanted to do when it comes down to office. But it does 2 different things for you. It can also help you control these 2 passenger 7-inch screens, from where, of course, you can pretty watch everything. So we can leave that there. This is what is quite interesting, because if you're going to have this as a mobile office, it means you want it as comfortable as they come. You want to have that luxurious feel. So when you have your blinds up, you actually can decide to change the color modes inside the car. And then it will be as simple as saying you either have this tan blue, tan green, tan white. It's just luxury, my friend. It's just luxury. All right, so when we touched down in Kigali, Rwanda, we looked at different options of cars, and we had our own version of cars that we really wanted to have on REVVED UP, so you can have your own experience from your couch. Now, one of the cars we wanted to have on the show was that beautiful Beast. And luckily for us, our friends at PTS had that very car. So we contacted them. They got in touch with us. We were very happy that we had a very good meeting and finally had the car on set. Talking about PTS, I'm joined by Joan Uwera from PTS. Two big questions at the beginning. What do you do at PTS? And secondly, what is PTS?
Thank you for having me. I'm called Uwera Joan. I present PTS. And PTS is Premier Transport Service. So we provide different services because we have different cars. So any kind of service you want, depending on the type of car you want, it's just provided.
What are we talking about? What do you mean services?
Like weddings, parties, picnic, presidential meetings. We have all those different types of cars. So according to whatever you want, it's provided for you.
Cars are expensive machines. If you look at this BMW, there's so much attached to it, and that makes someone ask how hard it is to actually come to PTS and come out with a deal. How do we contact you guys, and how easy is it for someone to go to PTS and actually get themselves a car for whatever it is they want to use it for?
Actually, it's too easy. For people around, we have our offices in downtown. And for people abroad or you're busy, we have our emails, and the email is info@pts.rw, and the website is www.pts.rw. So it's so easy for every person. We can reach you.
All right, there you go. Those are the details for you. You have the email, you have the website. If you look at the bottom of your screen right now, you have the phone numbers in there as well. So feel very free. Joan, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Real pleasure having you on set.
Yeah.
And we do hope we come to PTS very soon for the car that can drive us to Kampala. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, now, the first thing you recognize when you sit in the BMW 750 Li is the scent. It has that, that new car scent? But more interestingly, it smells luxury. And that luxury I'm talking about is over $100,000. The first thing you recognize is that we are dealing with a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine. Now, that is quite powerful, especially for a sedan. But also that means that you can hit 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. Now, my friend, that is very, very fast. But more interestingly, one other thing you probably need to talk about when you come to a car like this one is that engine we've just talked about, the V8, actually produces 447 for its brake horsepower. Now, if that is not powerful, my friends, I don't know what you call powerful. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of this drive, let me take off a few seconds and shut up so I can actually take in the feeling. But you know what? Let's talk about stuff that we probably can actually see. As a driver, my experience is everything. So if you look at right in front of me on the dashboard, you've got a very big screen in there that we've talked about before, pretty much shows you what your car is going to look like, helps you with your fuel, helps you with your navigation and communication. Then from a driver's perspective, right in front of me is, the normal panel, which has your revs, which has your speedometer, which by the way goes until 260, and you're definitely your fuel. Then of course your steering wheel is so screaming, it is so shouting that the BMW logo is right in your face. Good marketing stunt, especially if that kind of badge is in front of your face on a car that feels this good. Very, very comfortable seats. Like I said, at some point, you're probably struggling with which of the 4 seats you actually can sit in, because you feel almost pretty much the same sitting in any of these seats, considering each of them is as comfortable as the other. And then of course, you're always very sure about how comfortable you will be as a driver, the amount of leg room, the amount of headroom I have in this car. I have a feeling, it's almost a feeling like you're in your living room, just that this time round, you're on the move. Not that we're driving the highest of speeds that probably most people that are driving this car would rather push, but we're driving slow because at some point, the best things in life are enjoyed in the slowest of paces, if you know what I mean. All right, as we conclude, the one thing we haven't really talked about when it comes down to the 750 Li is the fact that it is so intelligent that it actually parks itself. So you can be here, the driver, get your feet off the brakes or the acceleration, get your hands off the steering wheel, and the car will park itself. All you have to do, stay with me here, Press this button to the lights, to whatever direction you're going. Do your reverse, put your feet up, put your hands off, and let it take the wheel. Not touching anything. Then it should take us forward and fully park us right behind that van, exactly where you want to park. Here are my hands, here are my feet. And we parked. All right, folks. So what have we learned about the BMW 750 Li? First, it's a very luxurious sedan. And if the figures and my experience are anything to go by on the outside, the performance is probably what exactly you're looking for. Over $100,000, it might seem a little bit high from the beginning, but when you look at what is on offer, it's completely worth it. Because tonight, we've ticked 3 different boxes: comfort, power, and luxury.
The sedan is not necessarily the most popular class of vehicle these days. But with companies such as BMW producing luxury cars like the 750 Li, or indeed any of the models in the 7 Series, it's impossible to deny its comfort and charm. This is no plain, efficient family car. It is an elegant, opulent, yet incredibly powerful vehicle that is anything but ordinary.
All right, good people, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure having you for an audience. Hope you've enjoyed the BMW 750 Li. I guess the best word to describe it is brilliant. Yes, keep safe on those roads, look out for the future, and of course, do remember to always watch all our other episodes on our website, where, by the way, you can rewatch this very episode in case you have missed out a couple of things, and our Facebook page. From Kigali, Rwanda tonight, I'm Andrew Kabuura. Thank you very, very much. See you next week.